This is the Gravedigger build, y'all. This is what we gotta avoid, man. When we get our 2K player set up and we begging God before we get born, please, please, get the Gravedigger set up. All right, man, welcome back to another video. Hope your day is going good. And in today's video, man, we got Gravedigger exposes what they really do with the bodies. Now, man, listen, this is not even a topic that has even crossed my mind for real. Like, if we're being honest, most of us don't think about it. We're not thinking about what's happening to the bodies. Hero, what you gotta say?
Nah, I don't know what they doing with these bodies, bro. But I done seen a lot of movies to where they be burning the bodies. Now, I don't know if that's what they doing, but I guess we're gonna find out.
Right.
You know, I told him, I was like, why is that so light? He was like, don't ask questions that you ain't ready for. What are they doing with these bodies?
They're not burying empty caskets. You never see new cemeteries open up. I have. You never see existing cemeteries expand. I have expanded them.
Nobody that died that you ever buried, they not in that. They not in there. They not in the ground. They're not in the ground at all. You can go dig that shit up yourself. I got $1,000 for you.
There's some things
They at
in life
there, my
we don't
boy?
even think to question.
What?
You just hope that common decency and some type of love for humanity will hold people accountable to do the right thing at
For
their
sure.
job. And I feel like one of those jobs is anybody that has to handle the deceased. Like once somebody passes away, whether you work at the morgue, whether you work at the grave site, wherever you work dealing with a body that's deceased, you know, you expect that person to handle that body with respect. Because for the most part, we all have a universal understanding to respect the dead. Wrong. Y'all, I went down a rabbit hole that is gonna blow your mind in the end. But first, I want you to listen to what this man discovered while digging graves at a cemetery.
Y'all want to hear some shit to really blow y'all's mind this morning? So,
Before we get into what's blowing your mind, you're blowing me. Look at the shape of his head. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I see this man in a blue Dickies overall and the shape of his head. I'm walking to the other side of the street, cuz.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro look like he off.
What? Boy, look like
so
Frankenstein.
hustle. I dig graves and graveyards and
Not surprised.
cemeteries across Bowling Green and surrounding counties.
Not surprised, my boy.
Something didn't set right with me today.
This is the Gravedigger build, y'all. This is what we gotta avoid, man. When we get our 2K player set up and we begging God before we get born, please, please, get the Gravedigger set up.
I was
Come out
digging,
looking like the
bro.
Undertaker and Kane.
Walked up to me. And he was like, we need to lift that casket up to get it even. So we put it on a tally and brought it back up. When we brought it back up, it come off even in a way, but it was crooked in the corner. So he's like, we got to lift it. So I lifted it, me and him together. But the weirdest thing was, it was really light. Like, extremely light. Like, man, I'm not a big dude. So I was like, you know, I told him, I was like, why is that so light? He was like, don't ask questions that you ain't ready for. Y'all, I'm freaked out. What are they doing with these bodies?
So there's a possibility that some of these caskets are empty. But I'm not gonna lie, it never really made sense to me. Like, I've been alive for 29 years. I've never seen a cemetery being built. I've never seen a cemetery being expanded. But people die every single day. So where exactly are they housing
I've
all
seen
of
a
these bodies?
cemetery
And
get
how are they
expanded.
able to
Oh,
keep
for real?
all of these bodies
Yeah.
at these
Well,
cemeteries?
not really
because think
expanded.
about it. It's not like
Let's talk about it real
Not
quick.
really expanded. They move your bodies to like a whole another cemetery once one get filled up.
Oh,
I'll let you go because we got to put some new bodies in for some new space. No, People that have died from before I was alive should still be in the same spots. At least that's what we think, right? Like our loved ones, when we go to their gravesite, we expect their bodies to still be in there, or now their skeletons to still be in there, their caskets to still be right there. So think about that. How exactly are they having all this room for all these caskets, for all these people? Over all this time. Like at this point, you would expect America to have blocks of just cemeteries for the amount of people that die daily. But I'm not the only one that's curious about this.
You never thought about it. I never thought about it. There are 144,000 cemeteries across the U.S. as of 2025. One question you should be asking is, when was the last time you seen them build a new cemetery? So of course, I went and did some digging.
That's
Why?
facts.
Haven't you seen new cemeteries being built? Here is what came up when I searched for it. Land availability. They are building like crazy all over the United States. Therefore, where are you going to put cemeteries? Increased land costs. But funerals cost an arm and a leg. Excuse the pun. Environmental concerns. Alternate burial options and grave recycling. You heard what I said. Grave recycling. There is a such thing. In some cases, cemeteries are expanding their capacity by reusing burial spaces through a practice called grave recycling. So the question remains, with so many people across the United States, people pass away every day, every minute. What's going on with the body?
Question that came to my mind though is like, imagine you're dead, your families are dead, and anybody who would have come to visit you or potentially have known you during your lifetime, 100-year cycle has already passed. Do we keep those graves? What's the point? There's no one who's going to remember them. Everyone who's remembered them during their lifetime is gone. Do we keep?
Facts.
So it kind of makes sense that we have to recycle. You really think about it in that sense.
Yeah. But the question is, what are they doing with the bodies once they recycle the grave? That's the real question.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna let the video play out before I get to my conclusion.
Where are they going? Are you thinking about this? Is it something that I've never thought about this until I listened to that viral video.
Me too.
And
Before
I'm
I watch
starting to
this
say,
video, I'm gonna think about this shit.
Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
So I was just informed that if I don't
Oh,
take the
Grave
video
Digger
down
Bill is back.
about the body not being in the casket, that I'm gonna get fired. My boss called me and told me that the video's causing distraction from the funeral homes and the cemeteries, and that also, you know, it could cause them people to look elsewhere. That being said, it could cost him money for less burials, and me as well.
How would there be less
I knew
burials
when I posted that
just
that
because you
there was a
exposed
possibility, you know, something would be said.
this
but I
information?
never dreamed that I could make.
He can't stop people from dying.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like that I'm gonna leave the video up, and whatever comes out of it, comes out of it. They did wrong, not me.
Look, I'm
No
a
matter-
firm believer on if you're not hiding nothing, then don't be moving suspicious and stuff. Now, again, all of this stuff is alleged, and this video is for entertainment purposes only, because I know how YouTube gets. But trying to avoid the topic is just odd to me. Am I the only one that feels that way? But after doing a little bit more research, things got really weird. Because my biggest question is, where exactly are these bodies going? If these bodies aren't in the caskets, where exactly are they going? So I went down the rabbit hole a little bit deeper, pause, and let's just say that there's a variety of things that people believe are happening to bodies.
I'm taking a history of the American cemeteries class, and something I didn't realize, that the U.S. has a very unusual business model. When you're essentially paying to be buried in a cemetery here, you pay a one-time fee, and then that cemetery promises to take care of your body for forever. And for forever is a very nebulous term. There's no like real legal stance behind it. That being said, some state laws do actually have it written in of a cemetery. If you have paid to be buried there, it is their legal job to take care of you essentially for all time, whatever that means. And that's really interesting in the European model comparably, is that you are paying to be renting out a space. Like you make payments maybe every 30 to 40 years. As soon as there's someone who's not there, a future ancestor or descendant, then the body is taken out and the space is made ready for a new family to be there.
I just said this. I just said this. It's just that America likes to hide and lie and cover shit up. They don't want you to think about this shit. You feel me? That's all it is, bro.
And while the U.S.
But
model seems
Trent's
great
gonna
and very
say,
optimistic,
what are they
we're
doing with
running
the
out of
bodies?
space. Like, we can't do this forever.
And nobody that died that you ever buried, they not in that. They not in there. They
You
not
know
in the
something.
ground. They're not in the ground at all. You can go dig that shit up yourself. I got $1,000 for you. You dig it up
Everybody
right
keep
now. I
talking about the
guarantee you it
bodies
ain't no
not
bones
in
in
there,
that
but
bitch.
I still haven't
I'm
heard
at the
what the
center of the
bodies.
Mobile County Sheriff's
That's what
Office
I'm saying.
investigation, looking into claims that bodies aren't buried where they're supposed to be, and even more shocking, the possibility that caskets have been dug up and reused. Yesterday, deputies used the ground-penetrating radar at the cemetery, but they didn't get any conclusive answers. It's unclear if there's anything under the rest of these graves here at Heritage Memorial Gardens, but investigators say there is no body under this headstone.
Or they couldn't be in the
Whoa.
back room of a funeral home sawing up bodies.
Tonight, claims of secretly dismembering and selling body parts in the hours after a death.
Oh wow,
The
that's
FBI
crazy.
is talking to people. We're talking to people. They say you
Ooh.
betrayed their trust to make money, to sell body parts.
Tonight, a funeral home owner and her
Hell
parents
yeah.
now under investigation by the FBI.
Chief investigative
This
reporter
makes
Tony
sense now. And I
Kovaleski
was,
is here with the
see,
inside story.
see, this
Tony?
makes sense. See, I was about to say this, and I said I was gonna wait until the video played out. And this is not something that if you're a civilian you would know about. The black market has been a conversation that keeps on coming up, boy. Them body parts, you need an organ, you need a heart, niggas. Niggas who are connected are getting those things like that faster than niggas who are going to the hospital on the transplant list for years. You know what I'm saying? So this now makes sense. They're giving out body parts. The only thing that don't make sense though is that it's embalmed. So unless she's skipping the embalming process, I don't know how she's going around that, because you can't attach a dead, rotting flesh to a living body. Like, it wouldn't work.
The accusations are outlandish.
So as disturbing as that sounds, that they
Yeah.
possibly are selling body parts, it gets even worse, y'all. I feel like
Oh shit, motherfuckers eating niggas.
Let's see.
Oh,
Let's see.
the best thing that they could do if they need to make up some space to just cremate the bodies, let the families know, give the urns to the families, something like that. One of the most popular comments I kept seeing under these videos was about a popular movie from the 1970s called Soylent Green. So apparently,
This man.
bruh, I knew I should have brought this up before the video even got to this point. Now niggas gonna say I'm riding this shit. I watched this movie twice. You know who told me about this movie? My mom's, bro. She told me about this movie in 2008, and I was a jit back then, so I didn't want to watch it. But when I finally started to get older, I went to college for the first time. I was bored. I started really getting into old movies. I started watching Star Wars. Started watching all these old movies from that time period. And I watched Soylent Green, right? It's at a time where humanity is so fucking overpopulated, my nigga. Everybody is destitute and poor. There's only two factions, rich and poor. You feel me? And then what's happening is people start getting this mystery meat. Like, well, first of all, you get fed by the government every day as a poor person. You get fed these little green blocks. They're called Soylent Green.
Mm-hmm.
And then on special days, on Friday, you finally get meat.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so he started to uncover the truth, and he actually started to realize, bro, everything they're serving, it don't matter if it's the special meat or Friday or Soylent Green, it's all come from people. The world is so overpopulated, when motherfuckers die, they take them to these factories, stuff them in that bitch, and they come out as Soylent Green.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit blew me, bro. That movie is 1970, dog, and we might be living in that reality. I just said it. Hey, bro, go get you a bunker, bro. No, boy, this shit getting dark
Green
out
was
here.
a movie where the characters
Shit getting
ran out of
dark out
food.
here,
They
boy.
had to eat something called Soylent Green. And come to find out, Soylent Green was actual human remains. So a lot of people in these comment sections are saying Soylent Green is real. Soylent Green is real. So I needed this explained to me, because you mean
Jesus
to tell me that
Christ.
instead of McNuggets, y'all are eating McNiggas?
Hey, you funny as hell.
Similar to that of freeze drying.
Niggas is funny as hell.
First, the body is frozen to minus 18 degrees Celsius and submerged in liquid nitrogen.
No.
Under such low temperatures, soft and elastic materials become hard and brittle.
No.
The body is then refrozen to
So
minus
are they-
196
but
degrees
nobody-
Celsius,
alright.
causing crystallization. After 2 hours, the liquid nitrogen evaporates as a harmless nitrogen gas. 60 seconds of ultrasonic vibration reduces the remains to powder.
I don't want to believe that we're eating.
The powder is passed to a vacuum-sealed
Please,
chamber
Jesus,
where
don't let
frozen
it be
water
that.
sublimates and is
I'll
released as
never
steam.
eat that again.
Afterwards, mercury, sodium, and more than 50 other foreign substances are removed.
No.
The remains are packed into an organic coffin and buried. After a year, the remains turn into soil, which can feed a tree.
No!
Eco Legacy
It
offers a
goes
similar
deeper
burial
than that.
service, with the exception that the energy that is expended is
Listen,
similar.
I'm a medium and I don't even have to step foot into a cemetery to understand what's been going on. I can feel it, and I've been noticing the patterns for a very long time. You guys have to keep this in mind. Death is a business.
For
Birthing,
sure.
that's a business.
Everything's
Life
a
and death
business.
have been commodified for a while. And yeah, some of those caskets, don't look at my boob sweat. Some of those caskets, some of those coffins
No
are
one was
empty and they
looking.
are being
Dang, why she
reused.
mentioned
The
it?
question
That's
what's
what I'm
happening to the
saying. Now
bodies?
it makes you want to look.
Nah, those bodies
I
are
wasn't
being
looking before she
violated.
said that.
Those bodies are being experimented on. Those bodies are being offered up. Those bodies are being sold. Those bodies are being consumed in ways that most people could not stomach. Literally, right? Now, what's been happening in silence is finally starting to get its voice, and I'm all the way here for it. So in the meantime, guys, continue to speak up, continue to stay aware, continue to trust your knowing, and as always, stay on point.
You know what makes that movie so weird? If you go watch the new KFC commercial, you'll see why. That's even more strange. Go check that out. I can't put it on this video right here because YouTube will take the video down, but go check out the new KFC commercial. I don't necessarily believe that we're eating people when we go to these restaurants and stuff like that. That's what some people are saying, but I could be wrong. And that's why all of this is weird. And as far as the caskets being light, when that guy experienced the casket being light, and then the guy turned to him and said, hey man, don't ask questions you're not ready for. I mean, that could have meant, hey, there's a child in there, or there's a body that's dismembered, depending on how they passed away. Like, that could have meant a lot of things. But I don't want to be naive to the possibility of these other things too, because we live in a really sinister world. But I still can't wrap my mind around the fact that they do not build new cemeteries. Like, I have not seen a new cemetery being built. I have not seen it being expanded. I have not seen this. So where exactly are the old bodies going, and how is there enough room for all these people that are dying in these cemeteries? But let's hear it from another guy that works at a cemetery.
They're not burying empty caskets. They're not burying empty caskets. The last day and some change, we've all probably seen the video of the alleged gravedigger talking about they're burying empty casket. They're not burying empty fucking caskets. You never see new cemeteries open up. I have. You never see existing cemeteries expand. I have expanded them. You never see your neighbor bring in their fucking groceries, but I promise you they're eating. So a little bit of my personal background. For about 2 years, I was a gravedigger. Go back to some of my earliest videos, you can see videos of that, exactly that, digging fucking graves. And I didn't leave the industry because, they were out to get me for exposing the truth. No, there's just better job opportunity opened up ahead of me, and I took it. Oh, why are the caskets so light? Well, the casket is so light. Yeah, the thing about dying
It's a skeleton.
is not everybody dies peacefully in a hospital bed surrounded by their loved ones with their body 100% intact. Some people, when they die, there's not a whole lot left of them. But they still get a burial. I've carried way more caskets. Well, helped carry it. I didn't carry it all by myself. I've carried way more caskets than the average person, because not everybody has enough able-bodied people in the funeral party to be a pallbearer. So, yeah, the dig crew, we act as pallbearers when needed. I've carried a lot of fucking caskets, and there's been a lot of heavy bastards in them caskets. And the reason why a funeral director would tell you don't be asking questions about why the casket is so light is some people die in some really fucked up ways and there's not a whole lot left of their body. And that's just some shit nobody really likes to talk about, but it's a fact of life, or a fact of death, I guess. Read Soylent Green, look up Soylent Green, watch Soylent Green. Soylent Green is a fucking movie. Anyway, I'm sure there's some shit I forgot to put in here to talk about, so if anyone's got any further questions about the ins and outs of the cemetery or funeral industry as a whole, holler at me. I'll be happy to educate you, fill you in on some stuff, but and listen, I love a good conspiracy more than the next guy. But sometimes you gotta see the forest through the trees.
Yeah.
There's nothing weird going on in that regard. The cemetery industry is kind of weird, but
it's crazy that we're at this point.
Okay, I mean, it is possible that we're looking too deep into it because, like I said, I never thought about this. But Soylent Green is a thing, and movies have hidden agendas underneath them. I hate when people dismiss these things as just movies because Fahrenheit 451 depicted wireless headphones. We live in a time where niggas got AirPods to make reaction videos. That was thought of in 1950. Well, we didn't have no fucking headphones back then. So how would he think of this? You gotta always think, bro. Yeah, it's a movie, it's fictional, but there must be hidden truths behind some of it.
In humanity when we ever have to question these type of things. Like, it's money coming into this world. It's all about money going out of this world. And it's even about money even when you're not in this world and how people deal with your remains. But we don't know what's true because the truth is usually hidden because it's not appropriate. I don't even know what to believe. I'm just disgusted by this even being a story. Please comment below. I want to see what you guys think about this. What do you guys think they're doing with the remains? How exactly are they able to fit all these bodies? And have you ever noticed that you don't really see them building new cemeteries, but people die every day? But anyways, y'all, it's your boy Ty Boogie. Hit that like button, subscribe button, turn on my post notifications. Make sure you join my Discord. My Discord link is in the description.
Man, shout out to Ty Boogie. T-Raw, take us home on this one. Talk about it.
Yeah, he pretty much said my point right there at the end, bro. Everything in the U.S. at least is about money. When you die, it's about money. When you're born, while you're alive, all of this shit is really about money. So I'm not really surprised that they're recycling these graves. And you said it earlier too, bro.
Yeah.
Like 2-3 generations down, your great-great-grandkids is not thinking, oh, let me go see my great-grandma or great-grandfather in the cemetery.
Exactly. They never had no connection to you.
Right. So what's the point?
That being said, man, y'all reach the end of this video. Y'all already know, man. We love y'all, man. We grateful for y'all, man. We can't do this without y'all, man. So y'all already know. Go ahead, binge the rest of the videos. Comment below what was your favorite part of this video. We're gonna see y'all in the next one. We out.